everybody? This is Titans of CNC, and welcome to the Boombastic Show. And guess what? I'm proud to present the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Stewart. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
How are you, man?
How's it going? Good.
So today's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to concentrate on 5-axis full simultaneous machining. We got an incredible part in this machine. Stewart's been working till like midnight daily getting this thing ready for us, and I'm excited. It is a beast program, and you guys are going to learn a lot. All right. But before we get started, I just want to say a couple of things. First, hey, this is for the industry. This is for you. The convention's shut down. We've been locked down. We've gone through some tough times. So we, Titans of CNC, we went to our partners and asked, hey, let's give our community some deals, incredible deals, and they delivered huge. So I want to remind you guys, Doosan, 25 to 30% off this week, and it's just incredible deals. Every single one of our partners, deals, and you can find those deals at www.titansofcnc.com/promo. Check out the deals, Mastercam, Kenmetal, boom, they're all right there. And one more thing, before we get started, we're gonna do a live giveaway, and it's gonna be incredible. So I'm gonna bring in Dave real quick. Dave, boom.
All right, guys, so like we said yesterday, we're starting the day off with the giveaway, right? You don't have to buy anything. All you gotta do to win this giveaway, and let me tell you what it is first though, come on over here. So what we're gonna give away is a swag bag, right? When you go to these trade shows and that kind of stuff, you know what you do. You go and you look for the free stuff and you go, I'm not really interested in your junk, but take the free stuff. Well, this is stuff you actually want. There's shirts from Kenmetal, Ellison, Doosan, and the softest shirt you'll ever wear in your life, the Titans of CNC Academy shirt, plus pretty sick tumblers from Kenmetal, hats, all that kind of stuff. So this is one swag bag. And what we're gonna do, the way that you enter is, all you gotta do is make a comment below right now, because you're watching the Facebook live feed. You comment below and tag a friend who you think should be watching with you. And what's gonna happen is you're entered to win, and you and your friend are each gonna win a swag bag. That's pretty sweet. You can't pass that up. So go ahead and tag a friend below, make sure they get tagged on the feed, and then somebody's gonna win 2 swag bags. Each of you is gonna get a swag bag. By the end of this episode, we will announce a winner. So go ahead and start. Let's get to it.
Thank you, Dave. All right, so Stuart.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, brother?
Hey.
So, what a crazy journey it's been.
Yeah, it really has.
Absolutely. You know, I'm so proud of you for the work that you have put in. And we just got all these machines, and we already got some incredible projects on all the machines from all of our team. But today we're gonna run a pretty cool part.
Yeah. No, we're gonna definitely run a cool aero part. We're gonna go through, rough it all out, and show you guys some cool things with the 5-axis.
Absolutely. And then actually in episode number 2 at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, we're gonna go over the Mastercam programming and how to program full simultaneous machining, and just talk about, like, you know, the process of going through all the different things you have to do to have success when programming on this level. Huge information right there.
Yeah.
So before we start machining, I want to bring in my man Ryan. Ryan is from Doosan. What's up, Ryan?
How you doing?
So we brought in Ryan to actually speak a little bit about the technology, about the machine here, and Ryan is with Doosan. How you doing, brother?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. You're
good.
back. You were here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's amazing to see what you guys have done in the short amount of time that you guys had.
Yeah, it's awesome,
great
man.
show.
Thank you. And
great to be a part of it.
Thanks to Doosan and everybody who's helped out along the way, man. So yeah, maybe you can like actually look at that camera, talk to our viewers, and talk about why and what makes this machine amazing.
Yeah, we can go over some of the features.
Awesome.
So this is DVF6500. 6500, so it's a 650 millimeter pallet. So it's 25.5 inches pallet size. It has a Cat 40 Big Plus spindle, 60 tool changer. The table already comes plumbed with ports, everything you need down the road if you want to put automation on there or if you want to put a pallet system. This comes standard with glass scales on the XYZ. This actually comes ready to go with the kinematic cycles already in the machine. So all you have to do is buy your artifact and your probe, and you can run the kinematic cycles for your machine. This machine has a FANUC control. Just a great machine. It has an 18,000 RPM spindle. It has on the drives for the A, it has twin cam drives. Just a very nice machine.
Awesome, man. And with the horsepower, with that spindle, you know, with the torque, everything. I mean, you just look at the table. The table is just like beast right there.
Yeah.
And one thing that I notice is a lot of like 5-axis machines, you're driving from one side, right? And this guy's driving from both sides, as you said, with the dual A-axis. And I mean, that's huge, right? Why? What can you explain why that's important?
And if you just have one drive, it tends to you're relying on the machine staying straight. So by having the dual drives, it's able to power through all your cuts. It just really performs a lot nicer because you're pushing from both sides.
And then we're dealing with precision, and we're dealing with, you know, machines are heavy and you're moving, right? So they tend to relax over time. So maybe explain a little bit about the glass scales and why that's important.
Yes. With your glass scales, it's actually measuring the motion of the machine. Over time, if you have just encoders, it picks up the slack in the back of the motor, does not get picked up. So that's why you have to have guys come in, laser in your machines, adjust in the background. But with the glass scale, it actually measures the motion of the machine. So down the road, you're not going to have an issue with accuracy.
Awesome,
so
man.
It's really nice. Yep. It
Great.
has a great design where all your chips kind of flush in, funnel down. That's one of the things a lot of people say, well, I can get a 3-axis machine and then I can retro, you know, put a table on it down the road. Well, if you look at this machine, it's designed for all the chips just to come down and drain out the back of the machine. So flow is everything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, with the flow and then just a tremendous amount of coolant, the way everything works out, I mean, yeah, absolutely beautiful machine.
it's a great
Thank
machine.
you, brother.
Thank you.
Boom. Thanks for the
Thank
help.
you.
So we just looked at the machine. Remember, 25 to 30% off Doosan's. Doosan has never done anything remotely close to that. And you can find those deals at titansofcnc.com/promo. Check it out. Now we're ready to, we talked about the machine. Now let's talk about the work holding. And we had some fun with the work holding, right?
We really did.
Yeah, we actually got to use something that we've never used before. We love the Vero S from Shunk, as you guys know. It's a B system. But on this one, we actually changed it up. And it's kind of part of the Vero S. And we'll bring in Michael again from Shunk. And what's up, brother?
Hey,
Day
good
2,
morning.
baby, day 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, how's
Cool.
it going?
So maybe, how about we actually show what we got going on, and maybe Stuart, you can start explaining a little bit about it, and you can explain what it is, and I'll just kind of take a step back.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we went ahead and took our stock and we actually put in our shunt clamping pins actually into the bottom of this stock. We mounted it on the shunt riser, and then we went through and put those clamping pins on our own fixture that we designed. This allows us to completely bolt the part and hold it to the table while also getting us away, so that way we have our spindle clearance that we want.
Yep. So here's the clamping pin here. It's a really simple clamping pin that just bolts into the part. And like Stuart said, we also have clamping pins in this plate facing up this way. So these modules, they're two-sided. So both sides are the same. This side is clamping the pin in the part, and this side is locating and clamping the module to that base fixture. I think this is a really perfect setup right here, and it looks great. It's really great to explain a really important concept in 5-axis work holding. When you look at it, you can just see you have incredible access to the workpiece. Well, that's great, but if you've got really good access to the workpiece, you also have to make sure that it's super rigid. And this system does a great job of that. And so you can see what this does is as the workpiece or as the table is turning, the A axis is rotating and the C axis is turning, when you go to machine this part, you've got to make sure that you have clearance for that spindle. Okay? And so with a 5-axis machine, that's giving you the ability to basically machine that whole part complete. And this is a sweet part, and I'm really excited to see it machining.
Awesome. So, step in real quick. So you got 3 of the modules right here because we had a nice beast 8-inch diameter piece of material. But truly, depending on what you're doing, you could just use one of them, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Or you could use 8 of them across a big aerospace part. Yeah. And you could just basically, whatever your mind can think up, you can just use all of these different tools that come with the Barrel S system, and it's awesome.
Exactly. It's so the system, the idea behind it is it's a modular work holding system. So yeah, just like Titan explained, we've got 3 modules set up in this configuration. But I remember when we were first talking about this too, I was like, hey, you know, I'm not sure what you're doing for 5-axis work holding, but you got to check these things out. And in the example I showed, we had 2 modules. But just like you said, one of the really common ways to use this is on really large aerospace parts, especially like structural aerospace parts. And so here we're showing it 3 modules for this 8-inch diameter part. But we also apply these on really long tables up to 3 meters long, and it's a great way to hold those parts because you can space them one every foot or 2, and now you've got this complete really long part being clamped with really good access to it. And it's just and one of the important things to think about when using this system is it's also incorporating the concept of design for manufacture, right? So you're thinking about how you're going to make that part, how you're going to manufacture it and machine it, even in the design phase.
Absolutely.
And that's a really important thing when you're thinking about how you're going to process the part completely.
That's great. Hey, Mike, like just for those that haven't actually seen, let me see the pen. So as we've said, the pin is hooked to the material is hooked to the module. And the way that we usually use these is to the Barrel S system, which has many different modules, right? Maybe you can show them how it fits in right over there.
Yeah, so you can see an example of the Barrel S system right here. And the way it works is just like Titan explained, you have this clamping pin that goes into your workpiece. You can also place these clamping pins into your fixtures. They can go into whatever you need. So what you'll see is around this shop too is we've got clamping pins also in the vices. So the clamping pin can go into a vise, it can go into a fixture. In this case, it's going into a workpiece. And what that clamping pin does is it simply just mates with this receiver here. It drops in here. These clamp slides close in and they clamp on that clamping pin. And while it's clamping, it's not only just clamping, but it's also locating on this taper here. So it's actually locating with a precision and repeatability of 2/10. So if you were to take a vise on and off the machine, for example, or a fixture on and off the machine, when you put that fixture back onto that machine and you take an indicator to it, you'll find that it's going to repeat on that location within 2/10 on location.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Boom. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
good to be here.
Right on, man. We're gonna make some chips happen right now.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so we're gonna start some machining. We're gonna start some roughing, and I'm excited because we got a star right here, and then this tool right here is the Core 5 from Kenmetal. It's a 5-flute rougher for aluminum, chip splitters, coolant through the tool. Yeah. This thing just like goes and goes and goes. And I mean, we were demoing this thing at 1,600 inches a minute, and like, dude, it was crazy, right?
No, it's a great end mill.
Awesome, and you're gonna basically rough everything with that end mill.
Yep.
Right there. And with that, I'll say, Kenmetal came up with a fantastic deal on these Core 5 end mills, as low as $41 for the best rougher in the world. And that's my opinion because I run these tools and they last, and you can cut and cut and cut and take big cuts extremely fast. So if you actually go down to our promo page, you'll actually see that special from Kenmetal. Not only the Core 5, but the Harvey 1 TE. You can ramp it 45 degrees straight into super alloys. It's incredible. And just straight slotting. And the Harvey 3, which has 6 flutes, which huge aerospace companies and just general engineering companies have as their standard to cut steel, titanium, Inconel, Monel, the hardest materials on the planet. It cuts it efficiently. The deal's incredible. Stuart, are you ready to cut some chips?
I'm ready.
Woo, we're gonna make it happen.
All
All right,
let's go.
brother. Let's do it. Maybe you can look at our audience and actually explain a few things.
Yeah.
That's how it's starting out and what to expect.
Yeah, so right now it's actually going through and just setting its first level. Then it's going to go through with our through spindle coolant and actually helix down, and then it'll go through and start opening up our first bottom cavity.
You can hear that helix going right there.
Yeah, so once it gets down, I'll pull the coolant off so that way we can see it cut.
What's your ramp angle right here?
So I have a ramp angle of 4 degrees right now. Steep considering how far out I am off the table.
Right. 4 degrees on a 5-flute tool is actually really good.
Yeah.
And you're feeding at what? Going when you're ramping it? Oh man. Woo! So what was your axial? What was your Z depth right there in that pocket?
So when I'm all the way down, I'm 2.8 inches.
So Stuart is going full depth, and then he's taking a radial of, what is the percentage?
Right now, I'm 50 thousandths step over all
Okay.
the way down because of how far out I am off of my table.
And it looks like you're about 400 inches a minute.
Yeah, we're about 400 inches a minute, and that small step over allows me to go fast and go through and get all my side cuts.
Awesome, awesome. I think it'd be a good time to bring in my boy John Enders. What's up, John? Ah. How are you, brother?
Good.
Good, good. So we'll keep bouncing back to the machining nonstop. Feel free to go back to it. And yeah, a lot of you guys already know me and John. We go way, way back from going in San Quentin prison,
Yeah.
changing people's lives, making it happen.
Amen.
And
Life-changing event.
yeah, you know, it's great. I mean, Blosser is such an amazing company, but it's amazing when you actually just meet, you know, salt of the earth, amazing people that you just have lifelong friendships, you know, and stuff. You know, I got nothing bad to say about the guy except he comes to my house and meets my wife and talks to my wife about sushi, and then now she doesn't want to have sushi with me anymore. So like, you know, a little bit of problem there.
I'm still worried about your health.
It's awesome. It's awesome. But I mean, that's what it's about. It's about industry. It's about family, great relationships.
For
and,
sure.
Dude, I appreciate you, man.
Not a problem. Happy to be here.
So, you know, we're running Synergy 735. And, you know, I was one of the first adopters of this coolant, not because I was getting paid, but because I heard there was a clear coolant that they had developed. It was a synthetic
Yep.
that didn't eat at your machines. And I'm in education, so clear made perfect sense to me. I'd seen some other clear ones that just didn't work. And at that time, I'd gone from
7,000.
I went from.
Well.
I don't want to put
Oh.
anybody down, but I just went through all the top ones and I landed on 7,000. But still, 7,000 was amazing. But for me, it wasn't clear, right? So once I went to it, my whole world changed. You couldn't get me to stop. and the rest is history and stuff. Maybe you can talk to a little bit, like we're running Synergy 735 in this machine right here. Maybe talk to the viewers a little bit about the coolant and why is it different?
Well, so Titan brings up the fact that being a synthetics in years past had a bad history of attacking the machine tool, typically taking the paint off. Sometimes it gives you dermatitis issues. Blosser worked long and hard to come up with a product that's got a neutral pH. It's very friendly to the skin, very friendly to the machine tool. I know everybody gets jacked up about it being clear. I like tool life. I'm a tool life guy. The fact that it actually can provide tool life and be clear too, and we can run it on virtually all metals. We don't suggest it on cast iron, but virtually all the yellow metals, all the way up to Inconel, Waspaloy, nickel-based alloys. I've been with Blosser selling the product for almost 30 years. They won't tell me why it works. I guess we don't want to share too much information. I don't quite understand why it works as well as it does from an ingredient standpoint, because that's a closely held secret. But I can honestly say, I won't say what the numbers are here in the U.S., but it's one of our top selling products, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And it's just been huge. It's huge. And
I think it's the fastest growing coolant of all time.
oh yeah, by far, by far.
What is great is I hear a lot of the top aerospace companies are now adopting this coolant.
Sure.
And using it. I mean, yesterday we were on the 9-axis and we're running titanium with it. If you go to the Aerospace Academy, you can actually see us machining titanium, Inconel, Monel, all of it with Synergy 735, incredible tool life, and it is absolutely amazing.
And the employees will love it more than the owner does. The customers I've switched over, the employees are just, it's not like working with coolant. They don't go home at night and they don't even smell like they work in a machine shop anymore. That's actually been told to me because their wives say, what are you doing now? You must not work in a machine shop. Why? You don't smell like you used to.
Yeah.
It has virtually no odor. So it's got a very high level of acceptance in employees, very low consumption. It appears, I always tell people it's expensive to buy but cheap to use, because the refill concentration on a daily basis is extremely thin or extremely light, meaning your consumption goes way down from what you're used to. So if you start doing the cost analysis, which we're happy to do that, we have a thing called an LTA, it's on our iPads. You tell us what you've been using in years past, we'll plug in what we think is right, and if it's not right, we make it right. We can make sure that it's affordable for you, and you get all the added benefits and sump life. I mean, we have many shops now have been running this stuff for 2 years, and they haven't done anything. And that's virtually unheard of with most coolants, including our own.
Yeah, and Stuart's a great example. Stuart, before we switched over to Blosser, you had all kinds of sores and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was a problem.
Yeah, I have sensitive skin, and switching over to Blosser, I saw a change right away. And
Sure.
how they just made my skin feel better, so I love it.
And post-cleaning is good in a lot of cases where you have to do a lot of cleaning. As you guys can testify, you take a part, blow it off with a hose, and you lay it down and look at it a little bit later, and it doesn't have an oily residue to it. I mean, it's very easy to clean. That's typically more important in the medical industries and such, where cleaning is such a big issue. At Aerospace, they have to be cleaned too. Semiconductor, we're starting to make big inroads in the semiconductor industry because they're crazy about cleanliness. They make medical people look sloppy. They want this just south of here, not too far away, down in the valley there. That's where the semiconductor business is. We're starting to get a lot more people using it there, only because of the post-cleaning. They don't care about everything else. They just think it's stuff so much easier to clean, and they cut out a process, which means it increases their productivity and makes it more efficient. So the Synergy 735, it's we got a promo going on right now with Titan, and go on the webpage and check it out. We've got some serious promos, and we're happy to come out, and even existing Blosser accounts, I'm sure there's quite a few out there. We may not help you out on the coolant, but we'll give you a good discount on support equipment, everything from mixers and cleaners and cutting oils and all that kind of stuff. So we can still work with you, help you out a little bit, because we understand the industry's been taking a hit here lately, so we're trying to help.
I love that worldwide, Blosser is just taking care of all the teachers, the schools, doing amazing things. So thank you very much, brother.
Appreciate it.
Boom.
Good.
Blosser, John Enders. Love you, brother. So we're machining, and the part is actually coming out really awesome. And this is a big 5-axis piece, right? So what is awesome is that we're going to actually have 4 episodes here on day 2 of the Boombastic Show. And through the 4 episodes, we're going to take you along the journey through the process, and we're going to speak to it. I'm really excited about that next episode because we're going to bring in Dylan from Mastercam and Stuart, and they're really going to talk about the strategy of programming this part and the challenges, and that's just great information. So you can hear that while actually watching the part being machined and roughed and get into some awesome roughing, full simultaneous, making it happen, huh?
Yeah, we definitely have some really cool stuff we want to show you and some great features of Mastercam.
Oh, so good, so good. All right, so, you know, remember, you guys can go to titansofcnc.com/promo, check out all the deals, all the partners stepped up for you guys. And a sincere note, I want to let everybody know, Titans of CNC is here to give you the deals, but we're not taking a cut. We're not taking a penny from any of the sales. This is about giving the industry the best deals possible. And to speak more on that, I'm going to bring back Mr. Dave Cox.
Oh,
Boom.
what's up? Nice work, guys. That thing's sick. So, talking about deals, right? You guys know the drill by now. If you were here for day one, you know that the deals we're giving out are insane. Every partner stepped up big time. Talking about Doosan, 25 to 30% off, and that's horizontal mills, vertical mills, lathes. This is over 65 models that they have, 25 to 30% off. So you got to go to titansfordoosan.com to get that promo. The other thing that Doosan has done is they're doing a giveaway of a free Gerstner. Now, this Gerstner is being used currently as a closet to house all of our giveaway stuff, and we're going to get to the winner of that stuff in a minute. But these Gerstners are incredible. So the way that you're going to win a Gerstner is by making a machine order. Simple as that. Everybody who orders a machine gets a Gerstner. Now that promo is only available in North and South America, okay? The other way to get a free Gerstner, to get this specific free Gerstner that has been used as our personal closet for a minute, is to go to that site, titansfordoosan.com. You're going to fill out the form there, and you're entered to win, okay? We're going to be giving that away. I believe that winner is announced on September 21st. So that's going to be pretty sweet. Next up, we want to talk about Kenmetal. You heard this tool, you saw this tool, the Core 5, Harvey 1 TE, the Harvey 3, all those end mills are on sale right now with a 3/8 inch starting at $41. Actually, not starting at, they're just 41 bucks. So 3/8 inch for 41 bucks, half inch for $56, and $1 from each of those end mills sold goes to Workshop for Warriors. And those guys are helping put our veterans back to work. They're helping get them the training that they need, and $1 from every end mill purchase goes to them. So this is an awesome opportunity to stock up on those tools and just go buy 10, 20. You know the jobs are coming. You know these things eat metal like crazy. So go ahead and stock up. That's what I would be doing. Next up, let's talk about Shunk. So Shunk is doing 20% off the Vero S and Contec packages and the THW plus Chuck packages, all right? So what you gotta do is go to titansofcnc.com/promo. You're gonna scroll down to Shunk, click on that link, and that's how you're gonna go ahead and get those deals, all right? We're also doing the 30-day, try it, if you don't like it, send it back on the Impact Series Claw Jaws, all right? So make sure you go ahead and check that out. Let's talk about Coolant. Blosser, Swiss Lube. You just heard the man, you heard John, you heard Titan talking about Blosser Synergy 735, and they have a bunch of other amazing coolants and cutting oils. So what they want to do is they want to give you guys a free liquid tool analysis, and that's where one of their guys comes in, one of their people comes in and says, what's your application? What's your machine? What are you trying to accomplish? How can we get this entire thing dialed in so that you have the exact right coolant? They're not coolant peddlers. They're not going to come in, drop a barrel off, and then head out the door. They want to give you value before you ever even spend $1 with them. That's pretty impressive. So in addition to that liquid tool analysis, they're doing 20% off all the coolants, all the cutting oils, grinding oils, EDM, all that kind of stuff, and 20% off cleaners and accessories. That's pretty impressive. So to get that one, you're going to go to blosser.com/boombastic. Blosser.com/boombastic. And you guys have been waiting for it. Who's winning the swag bags? Here's who won. Brett Rowley, you tagged your buddy Jarrett Castile in, and you're both getting a swag bag. So nice job, way to go. Everybody make sure you're tuning in. We're gonna keep doing these giveaways throughout the week. Titan's gonna come back and let us know what's coming up next. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Dave. Oh, congratulations for the swag bag. Thank you so much for the support. Just want to remind everybody, we're going to keep machining, and at 11 o'clock, we're going to come back. We're going to show you the process. We're going to get into some full simultaneous machining. We're going to talk about the programming. We're going to talk about the mind of a programmer, how to dissect the part, how to take each stage and we're gonna give you some good knowledge, some good wisdom, and deals. So for the first episode, Stuart,
Yeah.
boom, you killed it, man.
Yeah.
Great job. Parts looking amazing. Thanks to all of our guests, and thank you guys out there. We love you, and we will see you at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in just about an hour and a half. Boom. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Titans of CNC, and it's day 2, episode, what is that, 5, 6, episode 6. Boom. And we are on the 5-axis of DVF6500. Stuart, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up?
Making it happen.
Yeah, we're cutting.
We're cutting. So we actually turned the machine off a little bit, but you got through 3 sides of it.
Oh yeah, no, we're making a lot of progress. We're using the Core 5 to go in and rough out the deep zones in this part, and you can kind of see it start to take shape.
Yeah, beautiful 5-axis piece. Later in the day, you're gonna see this thing really take shape. In our next episode, that's gonna be at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, we'll be into some nice roughing, like full simultaneous roughing, and I'm excited because in this episode, we're gonna explain that roughing. We're gonna explain the strategy behind how the part actually got programmed, and it's gonna be an amazing thing. Before we actually get started too deep into the machining and programming, I just wanna remind everybody, we have deals. The industry has been hurting, and we've gone to our partners and said, hey, let's give the industry some incredible deals. The convention shut down, like bring forth the best deals possible, and they delivered in a huge way. Doosan 25 to 30% off. Boom, crazy, Kenmetal, huge. Like right now we're running the Core 5 end mills, the best roughing end mills for aluminum, starting at $41. Anybody can buy, and you can find all the information for all of our discounts for all the partners down at titansofcnc.com/promo. And we're gonna bring in Dave real quick, and Dave, you got a little bit of information.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to remind you guys that we're already giving stuff away like crazy. So last episode, we asked you guys to tag some friends in the comments, and we had winners. Brett Rowley and Jarrett Castile both won pretty epic swag bag of stuff. So what I was thinking though is maybe we want to do another, are you good if we do another giveaway?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So what we're gonna do this time for this video, for this episode, we're gonna give away a pretty epic t-shirt and a signed poster. And what we want you guys to do, you're not tagging a friend this time, what you're gonna do in the comments is just tell us, how has the free Titans of CNC Academy changed your life, given you new skills that you didn't have before, given you new abilities that you didn't have before, given you confidence and knowledge? Go ahead and put that in the comments below. We're gonna pick a winner. We're gonna announce it at the end of this episode when we go over all the other promos. Does that sound good?
That sounds awesome, man.
Awesome, let's do it, brother.
Right on, man. Thank you. Not just a new shirt, like a Titans of CNC Academy, like American-made, softest material, hangs so perfect on us big guys. You know, the shirt, right? The shirt. Free shirt, signed poster, boom, and man, let's make it happen, all right? So next up, Stuart's gonna continue on this operation, and I want to bring my boy Chris from Ellison, representing Doosan. Chris, what's up, brother?
Hey man, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. This is cool. I like day 2 with System Evolution.
Yeah.
9-axis, 5-axis, great stuff.
A little bit relaxing now, like good.
We're
on
warming
camera,
up. We're warming up a
happen.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So Chris was with us yesterday on the first 2 episodes, and making it happen. And dude, This is a pretty legit part right there.
It is. I like this. This is awesome. But I think what I want to do is just maybe take a step back. So before we get here, before we get to 5-axis, as we look at machining over the years, you know, we've had, you know, punch and tape readers way before my time. Maybe a little bit closer to your time. I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. But you know, we jumped from the punch and tape to the 3-axis with the knee mills. And then, you know, 2000s, you go through horizontal machining centers. And now where we're at, the sort of the industry standard, the forefront, it's that 5-axis machining. And that's sort of the new benchmark where everybody's at. But in reality, not everybody's making these beautiful impellers and simultaneous 5-axis parts. So it's, if you're looking to get started with 5-axis, it's, hey, I'm thinking, hey, I don't have full 5-axis simultaneous work. So what do I do? Well, the reality is that you're not just using the machine for that. You're using it for setup reduction. You're taking all that additional labor cost, the setup risk, the scrap parts, that's all coming out of it.
Yeah.
So you were taking the parts that maybe you put on a 3-axis machine that you're having to flip once, twice, multiple vice setups. Maybe you've got a rotary table on there, you've got a sign plate that you're having to figure out and build. And we're taking those parts, we're putting them on this, and getting it off in maybe 1, maybe 2 operations, as opposed to that, you know, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8.
And you ran a shop. You know that pain of flipping parts all the way through the shop.
I like to say something to that, and then I'll let you go. But you know, a lot of people out there, everybody wants to see the simultaneous and full simultaneous, and we're going to do it today, and it's going to be amazing and stuff. But just what you were saying, like getting rid of all the setups, all the different operations, saving time by just simply putting a piece of material in, flipping it all around, getting everything done in one operation, which helps with inspection. But a lot of times, I just want to let everybody know, like you don't have to just do full simultaneous to do full simultaneous. Like just indexing and just getting after it, indexing, getting after it, and actually completing each operation is good enough. You got probably the less movement you have, like you don't have to be all 5-axis moving at the same time.
No.
If you have 3, if you index it, it's more rigid, right?
Exactly.
So a lot of times I walk into shops and they're doing full simultaneous and they're running at a certain inches per minute, but I'm like, hey, you should actually just stop it, nail it, flip it, nail it, and only do simultaneous when you actually hit those areas that you can't touch. So I thought that was a good important point.
No, and you hit on it perfect. It is. It's setup reduction. It's making you as a shop owner, as a machine, it's making you more money because ultimately you're taking that waste out of it, right? Yeah. And you know, I get it. There's a lot of people who are maybe, you know, watching that have smaller shops, or maybe they're looking to start their own shop. And I get it. Something like this can be a big undertaking to initially take on, right? Yeah. But you know, honestly, you know, come and work with us. You know, work with Titan, with Ellison. You know, we've got our in-house financing that can help structure those deals for the new shop owners, and with Titan, with your academy and everything else that you're learning online, we can help together help you become a success and really grow your shop and ultimately make money and be your own business, right?
It's all about that community right there. So, you know, I said it before, I'll say it again. Doosan has never done it before, but it's 25 to 30% off 65 models of the Doosan top great machines. 25 to, have you ever seen it?
That's crazy. Like that? That's crazy.
Like they told me from the top, they've never done anything like that. We called them to action for this trade, and it's amazing. So when you're in the field, what kind of parts are you guys seeing? Besides aerospace, just general engineering, everything, right? Just
it's everything.
Saving time.
It's everything. It's all materials. And people think, hey, even if I've just got a box, right, and I'm going to poke a hole here and poke a hole there, you think, all right, no problem. I just put it on the mill, boom, 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 done, right? Flip it over a couple of times. But you look at what you can do with a 5-axis, and you can combine all of that down to 1 or maybe 2 operations. And as Ryan was talking about earlier, he told us about some of the specs of the machine. Again, it's pre-plumbed for all the automation. So down the road, if you said, hey, I'll get started with this, or maybe it's little brother, right, the 5000, get started with it. But then as you grow your shop, as you say, hey, I'm starting to get more production runs. Hey, bolt a pallet changer onto it, put a little cobot on the side, loading and unloaded pieces. This is all ready for it. So you just add that little bit of automation, and all of a sudden you're making money, you're making parts, when maybe you're kicking back with a Corona on the beach or something, right?
Oh man, oh man. Or one guy's like running a cell of 6 different machines, making it happen. And because of automation, you can actually keep the work here instead of sending it overseas, because all of a sudden it's efficient and boom.
You're
right?
competitive, man, that's it.
Cool. All right, brother. Thank you
Thanks
very
a lot,
much.
mate. Appreciate
All right,
it. Thank
brother.
you.
I want to remind you guys, if you get in the comments, if you want to win a t-shirt, Titan t-shirt, again, super soft American-made t-shirt, and a poster, signed poster, put your comments down there. We just would love to hear, like, do you love the Academy? Do you love the free education? How has our Academy helped you, whether you're a student, a shop owner, a machinist? Just give us your story, and we're gonna pick somebody and we're gonna give you a free shirt, all right? So, machine's getting after it. We flipped it, we're on a new side. How's it going, Stuart?
Hey, it's going good. We're just going through and we're just cutting this center pocket, coming up and rest machining around to help smooth out that surface.
Nice. And you're almost done roughing the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, just like that.
That's awesome. He's being very careful because for camera purposes only, we're not running the Blosser Synergy 735 because we want to like have the camera be able to like see the content so you guys can see it out there. Once in a while, when it's gonna like dig or ramp, he's gonna turn the coolant on, and that's why he's being very careful with this program. And I thought this would be a good time. How about we bring Dylan in? What do you think?
Absolutely.
Hey, what's up, Dylan?
Hey, what's going on, Titan?
How are you, man?
Good, thanks.
You guys know Dylan from Mastercam, the guru, boom. So good, man. I like pumping him up. He's so humble and stuff, but like he actually solves a lot of our problems. You know, I mean, let's be real, right? We are teaching CNC, but at the end of the day, when it comes to new machines, new technologies, 9-axis, mill turns, we don't know what we don't know, so we lean on Mastercam. And again, all hours of the night, yo, I'm here late programming, and I hit this little thing like, what do you think the best scenario is? And Dylan's always there to help. And Dylan was actually helping out with Stuart and I on this guy right here. And while Stuart was putting in, I say Stuart, because Stuart was putting in some long nights, 12 midnight, making this thing happen. And boom, thanks for your help, man.
No problem, man.
So I think that this would be a good time, man. You can just run some coolant, make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, turn it off when you know that you can. And how about we actually talk to the audience and talk a little bit about the programming strategy. So we had an awesome part, right? And now we grabbed it from the bottom and we're getting everything we can done in one operation. And then after the one operation, all we're gonna do is simply put it into the 9-axis machine or the Puma. We're gonna face it, do the bottom, and the part will be complete in 2 operations when it should be more like 5 or 6 operations,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the process, and Dylan, you can talk a little bit about the programming strategies. I'm gonna step away and I'll let you guys go to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. With this part, we have a 8-inch chunk of material, and we have some nice deep pockets. So we have a lot of material that we have to pull out relatively quickly. With the 5-axis, we need clearance to move away. So that way we can go ahead and get our tool and our spindle all the way down and keep our rigidity. Some of the things we did was we went through and we did 3+2 in the very beginning. So that way we could quickly move X and Y to go through and really just remove out some of our deep pockets. Later on, we have some curved surfaces down in the bottom, which gives us a weird dynamic shelf that we are going to use Mastercam's 5-axis roughing to actually come in and 5-axis rough out that floor and semi-finish or kind of rest machine as we come up. There's a couple amazing things that we were able to do, especially with the software, all of our partners together. Really love using this. We then, after we went through and semi-roughed and finished out that floor, we then came in with a Kenmetal dual lock to go through and just work on our major fillets, start clearing out some of our thick material in between our islands. After that, we went ahead with another dual lock that's a lot smaller, so we could come in and start working on those smaller fillets. and start staying away from high engagement and actually go through and really start to use the 5th axis side of the machine. I know there's some really cool stuff, and I'm gonna let Dylan hop in and go over some of the cool things we went through with Mastercam.
Yeah, so we'll hop over to the computer here and we'll take a look at kind of this process and how we built it out with this part. So we're starting off again with 3+2 operations. So we're just indexing the rotaries, and then we're going in, locking the rotaries, coming at it with as big a tool as we can to try and turn that whole block of material into chips before we go into any other motion. And we could actually process this whole part with pretty much a mill 3DC, no multi-axis, but we want to take advantage of some specific abilities to make this process go a little better. So if we look at how we're doing this here, we start out with our stock, and then we're using 3+2 OptiRough to step through the sides of this model. And then we're creating stock models based off of that so we can reference this stock, so that when we create the next operation, we're eliminating all those air cuts. All the cutting motion we're doing is in the part. We're creating chips. We're not wasting time up in the air. So once we get through all that, we get a stock model that looks something like this. And this is flat floored in the pocket areas of this part. And now this part actually has a curved floor to finish up. And that creates some difficulties, right? Because now we've got these trenches of material down the sides that we have to somehow dig out in semi-finish. And we could do it with a ball or a small bowl and dig down into those areas with more 3+2. But what we've actually done here is we went to a multi-axis roughing path. So full simultaneous 5-axis motion to try and dig out that material and follow the floor. So the tool is going to stay perpendicular to the floor of these pockets, and we're still using that dynamic motion, that constant step over, constant chip load to come in and clean out those trench areas. And if we jump into simulation here, we'll take a look at what that motion actually looks like in terms of rotary motion. So we helix in here, and now we're staying normal to that floor, and we're digging that out. And that's a lot more efficient in terms of time strategy, in terms of tool life, than trying to do this in some 3-axis op or a semi-finish with a ball. So that's really going to allow us to go right to some of our finish paths in these areas and down in those tight radius areas where it's really tough to get a tool down there without overloading it in terms of material and driving through there. So I believe that's coming up a little later on the machine. We're actually going to show that. Is that correct, Stuart?
Yeah, no, we're getting there. We're going to finish out with this tool path, and then we're going to go through and showcase the 5-axis roughing, where we come in and rest machine out that floor. So that way we can even out our part for our ball tracking.
Excellent. And then if we look later down the line, we've got some more ball finishing, and then we're going to lead into the actual pocket finishing around these bosses, on the floors, to clean it all up. And when we do that kind of motion, we're not looking to do crazy full simultaneous motion, right? We're tilting to avoid what we have to, but we're trying to keep that tool steady as much as possible. Get a nice lead angle so we're off the 0-speed tip of the ball, but we don't want motion for the sake of motion. So we want to control this, so we've got those rotary axes consistent and locked for as long as possible, and then we're tilting when we need to when we get into these high contour areas. And that's really going to produce a great finish as opposed to just letting it follow the surfaces wherever. And that's complicated programming. So that's really starting to take advantages of the 5-axis package.
Yeah, and Mastercam makes it really easy to come in and also use 5-axis to even use it for tool clearance, part clearance, fixturing clearance, where we can go in and tilt only when we need to and keep the machine as steady as possible. And I know you can show them some of the other 3+2 stuff, and we have our parallel paths that we've gone through and used full 5th axis to go in and, as you said, create those leads and keep the tool from engaging where we don't need it to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I like it.
Great job, man. Boom.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dylan, very much.
Yeah,
Oh,
good.
Just making it happen. I'm so proud of my team. I'm so proud of everybody that has helped out. I just want to thank everybody. And Stuart, I mean, we still got some machining to go, so we got 2 more episodes today, and throughout the entire process, we're going to show you the process, and we're going to speak about it. So it's going to be a journey throughout the day. Before we go to our next little segment right here, I just want to say, you know, Mastercam actually came in and actually offered an incredible discount. So Mastercam is 20% off, 20% off. And so you just have to go down below, or just go over to titansofcnc.com/promo and go look for Mastercam, 20% off. It's an incredible deal. And you know what's great? If you're a machine shop owner and you're thinking about the skills gap, think about this. Our academy is free. It's absolutely free, and we're going to teach on all of the machines utilizing Mastercam. Mastercam is huge for education, huge for just general machining, and huge for aerospace machining. So we're going to, from the bottom to the top, we're going to intimately teach Mastercam in a way that your guys can get it, so we can actually help your team go to the next level. So I strongly advise, hey, if you're thinking about Mastercam right now, it's a good time, and we're gonna make it easy. All right. Another thing I want to say is, hey, we got a new partner in the house, lifting up education. I want to personally thank Heimer, who just became a partner, and it is an exciting day. We just got a new Heimer tool room. So now we're going into shrink fit, presetting, balancing, organization, 3D sensors, all that. And they have some amazing deals that my man Dave will actually talk about. And yeah, so Dave, you want to come back in here?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, deal time. You guys know what's up. So let's talk promos. Titan just talked about Mastercam. We know it's 20% off. We know that that's all their core products. So that's Mastercam mill, lathe, router, design, wire, mill turn, SolidWorks for Mastercam. All that stuff is 20% off, and the Mastercam Education Suite as well. So that's a killer deal. You're going to go to titansofcnc.com/promo to get that one. Don't miss it. We know about Doosan Machine Tools, 25 to 30% off. Huge amounts of money. When you're talking about buying one of these machines, it's a pretty major investment. So having 25 to 30% off, and again, it's limited time and it's limited area, right? This is North and South America only, but it's incredible. You need to be taking this week to really think through that decision and understand what it means if you act fast and if you make one of these machine purchases happen, because 25 to 30% off is not gonna last forever, I promise you that. The next thing that we want to talk about is the Gerstner, that free Gerstner toolbox. The thing's incredible. I mean, it's American manufacturing. These things are made in America. Company comes out of Dayton, Ohio, and they've been around for 100+ years, so you know it's good quality. You can keep a company around that long. So the way to get that free Gerstner is to make a machine order. Another way is we're doing a raffle. Everybody who goes to titansfordoosan.com and fills out the form gets entered to win in this free raffle for Titan's own personal Gerstner that's right here. So you want to go ahead and check that out. Make sure you get your name in for that one. All right, let's talk about Kenmetal End Mills. You guys know about this sale. You've been thinking about buying it. You're not quite sure. You've been on the fence. Not sure about trying the Core 5 that we talk about so much, or the Harvey 1, or TE, or the Harvey 3. This is the time to try these end mills out. These things are significantly discounted. We're talking bucks off of the normal price. $41 for a 3/8 inch end mill, and a 1/2 inch end mill is $56. So this is the time to get these tools, try them out for yourself, let them prove themselves. Let them prove themselves before they become your standard. You know they're Titan standard. You know they're the standard in our shop for roughing out huge amounts of metal, for finishing things. If we're going in different materials, you want to get in on that deal. That promo is also America's only. So make sure that you're in the Americas. That's US, Canada, Mexico. The way that you're going to get that promo is go to titansofcnc.com/promo. You guys are probably getting tired of hearing me say that site, so bookmark it. Cool? I'm going to keep saying it though. All right. Let's talk about Blosser Swiss Lube. Coolant, what you need to do with Blosser is they're giving you guys a free liquid tool analysis. That's where they come in. They're going to tell you exactly what's going on with your machine. You're going to tell them the application that you have, the material you're cutting, the elements of your whole process, and they're gonna help you identify the exact right coolant. Maybe it's Synergy 735, maybe it's another coolant or cutting oil that they have, but right now, it's 20% off of all their coolants, all their cutting oils, all that kind of stuff, and 20% off cleaners and accessories. What you need to do is go to blosser.com/boombastic to get that deal. All right, don't miss out on that one. Shunk has 20% off the Vero S and Contec packages, as well as the THW Plus Chuck packages. We heard about that, that's 20% off. You're gonna go to titansofcnc.com/promo again, and they're gonna give you the code once you fill out that form. And as Titan mentioned, we have a new partner in here, Heimer. So Heimer actually, being a new partner, they still came to the table with deals. They said, you know what? We're gonna hit it hard. We know that the industry has been hurt by COVID. We know that people can't get to the normal jobs that they have. They can't go to the shows. So we wanna be involved in a big way and give you guys some significant discounts. So the Heimer deals are this: 10% off any Heimer machine. That's Shrink Fit, Power Clamp, Comfort i4 4.0. Their tool balancing, their presetters, 20% off their 3D sensors, and they have a really cool Heimer face shield that they came up with. Those are only 20 bucks. So to go ahead and learn more about those promos, go to titansofcnc.com/promo, and you can find out about that. So now let's talk about that giveaway. Who won? Who won?
I want to know.
All right, here we go. So before I tell you the name of the person, I want to read their story. So we asked you guys, how has the free Titans of CNC Academy changed your life? How has it helped you compete better, all that kind of stuff? What have you learned? And this person wrote this: I've enjoyed using the Academy as a teacher. I work in manufacturing and would give up a couple hours a week to go to a local group of students to teach CAD/CAM and introduce machining and possible manufacturing careers to kids in the age group of 10 to 15 years old. Some of them have already gotten hooked on the Titan Academy and are doing it on their own time, and they've enrolled in advanced machining in high school. I remember bringing a few of my students to IMTS a couple years back. They met Titan and they absolutely loved it. So congrats, Phil Knapp. You won the shirt, you won the signed poster. We're gonna get Titan to go ahead and personalize it with a little message for you. Thank you for doing what you're doing for education. Thank you for leading students into the way of manufacturing. We have to grab students and show them that this is kind of the next step for our country, for your country, wherever you're at, and get them excited about manufacturing. That's the only way we're gonna win. All right, guys, Titan's gonna come back down and let us know what's coming up next.
Oh, man. I'm excited. Thank you, Dave. And Dave, we got an announcement at 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a huge education announcement. So I just want to say, at 1 o'clock, we have an announcement that's going to be amazing. You know, why are we giving free education? Why are we doing the videos? You know, we were making good money making aerospace parts, but as a team, as a company, we looked at an industry and we looked at on TV, nobody was talking about manufacturing. Our kids didn't understand where things were made, and people were picking up things thinking that made in other countries was just normal, you know, and that wasn't okay. So we came together as a team with our partners to bring free education, legit education, to stand firm and say, hey, we can actually do better, we can teach better, we can learn through repetition, and these kids deserve it because they grew up on computers, they grew up multitasking, they get it. So let's give them the proper education on the proper machines and actually put some money and invest into it, because these guys are the future of our country. So at 1 p.m., we're gonna unleash a deal that is gonna be incredible for all teachers, all companies. Education is not just at colleges and high schools, and education is in the workplace. You wanna solve the skills gap, invest in an education platform that sits in your facility, and use Titans of CNC Free Academy as the glue that holds it all together to teach your employees new skills and get up. If they're coming from the shipping department and they want to learn to be an operator, boom, Titans of CNC. If they want to be an operator and learn CNC machining and programming, boom. If you want to go from programming 3-axis to 5-axis to 9-axis, all free on Titans of CNC. If you're a shop and you want to start working for the big aerospace companies and grabbing that work, It's aerospaceacademy.com, where we're teaching you the process so you can go quote those jobs, make money, put food on your tables. No matter what country you're in, no matter where you're at, you deserve to make parts in your own country. You deserve to put food on your tables, and manufacturing has to have a life in all countries because there's people that were born not to be doctors, bankers, and lawyers, but to make things with their hands. So 1 o'clock, we're gonna give you guys a deal that's incredible. I'm excited, and thanks to all our partners. Now, I'm gonna shut my mouth, and for the love of the game, I'm gonna step away. Let's just watch some machining, all right? And then at 1 o'clock, we're gonna actually unleash another thing. And then later on, we're gonna show you this part. It's gonna be amazing, all right? So enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? This is Titans of CNC, and welcome to the Boombastic event at our facility. Now, I've been real hyped about this event. Our industry, the big conventions, like everybody's been locked down. The conventions are locked down. Manufacturing is starting to really open up. There's a lot of opportunities. And yet, because of the conventions, not a lot of the machine shops are getting the deals that they would have gotten. So our team, we actually went to our partners and we said, hey, let's do something crazy. Let's do something big, something boombastic for our industry. Let's give them incredible deals so that they can actually lift up their technology, become more efficient, and compete and bring on these new opportunities and just make it all happen, right? So our partners responded and they came to the table with crazy deals. So I just want to say, before I get into everything, I want to say, titansofcnc.com/promo. Go ahead and go down into there and you'll see each partner and the incredible deals. We've already stated Kenmetal, incredible deals. Mastercam, incredible deals. Doosan, 25 to 30% off, and it's absolutely incredible. So now is the time that I've been just excited to talk to you guys about. In 08 and 09, I had 55 employees. I went through the deepest valleys, not because, I've struggled as a machinist or a shop owner, but because the entire economy collapsed. At that time, I took a look out at the industry and I saw 50,000, 70,000 companies going out of business. I started looking at the efficiency and seeing that they were running at 20 or 30%, but because they didn't speak to each other, they actually didn't understand where they were in manufacturing. And I thought, what? We need to do something. We need to get our kids excited. We need to get the trade excited. We need people who are in the malls to understand that, made in other countries is not okay. And if you're in Australia, you should be making parts in Australia. If you're in the UK, making parts in the UK. And if we're here in America, we should be making American-made parts and giving opportunities to our kids. And that's when we came up with the idea to put a camera on, do a TV show, break through the walls, bring excitement to this trade. And we went on an amazing journey through amazing companies, but something happened during that journey. I would go to Detroit, I'd go to Virginia, I'd go everywhere, and on my own, away from the set, when I was dealing with big companies and showing the processes on camera, I'd go to the schools and I'd talk to the teachers and I'd ask them about what their problems are, what the money's like in education. And I'd realize that a lot of them, they just didn't have the support. They just didn't understand the technology. They used to be in the trade, but then, now they used to be on like manuals or simple 3-axis. And they just didn't have what they needed. And then they didn't have money for tools. So they were using outdated tools and teaching our kids. I looked at the projects and they're, in years, they were putting together simple projects and simple machining projects. And I instantly realized that the problem is not just awareness for the trades, knowing that it's a great job. That is a serious thing we need to do. We need to bring awareness, right? But another thing is when you bring awareness, you actually need to bring the proper training. You need to bring in the proper training because these kids are brilliant. They're way brilliant. Like my generation, like we didn't grow up on computers and multitasking and doing the things they did. So these kids, they're smart, they understand technology, and yet we're trying to train them like we did before, right? So that's our whole mission right here. Is like, hey, let's actually create a foundation. Let's actually create curriculum that matters, that's quick. Let's show them how to actually excel in manufacturing and learn through repetition so they can get efficient. Let's stop being okay with saying, hey, this kid or this young man or woman is great because they like machining. Let's look at them and say, they're great because they're a pillar in my company. They're coming out of schools being a better programmer than the programmers on my floor because they get new technology. It's like, let's help these kids have the great technology, A lot of us think like, hey, education, we got to give them throwaway machines. No, that's something that Titans of CNC is changing. We're putting them on an expensive horizontal, a 9-axis machine. We're putting them on serious equipment because in the real world, if you want to compete as a country, this is the type of technology that you need to learn. So when it comes to education, when it comes to manufacturing, we got to do it on a high level. If you're training for NASCAR, are we going to be just running through the training in a Toyota, in a 20-year-old car? No. We got to get into the right car with the right engine. We got to get on the right track so we can emulate the real world. And that's why I'm excited about today, because today we're going to change the game. We're going to bring out a package. See, a lot of teachers, they have grant money and they're getting these machines, but the grant money runs out and they don't understand that it's not just a machine. There's a lot of variables, right? We have the machine, we have the tool holders, we have the tooling, we have the vices, we have the curriculum, we got the coolant, we got all of it wrapped up into one package. And a lot of them just don't understand the concept of what that package is and what it is to be on a high level. So today we're introducing this machine right here, the DEM4000. And we also have a lathe with it, and we're gonna explain the process. But this package comes with a full package of everything you need. So you get the machine, you get the coolant, you get the vise, you get the parallels, you get the stop, you get the Heimer 3D sensor, you get the calipers, you get the indicator, you get the mic, you get everything you need to plug it in and make it happen. And it's at an incredible price. So this machine right here, this is the DEM4000. We got the Leo lathe. Both are premium machines, so we can take education to a high level, and together they're under $100,000. And not only that, but each one comes with Mastercam, full seat of Mastercam. So you buy the mill, you got Mastercam mill. You get the lathe, you get Mastercam lathe. And it is absolutely incredible. So to talk a little bit more about this machine, I'd love to bring in my buddy from Oklahoma. Yeah,
All right,
Jeff,
Titan.
how are you, brother?
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. I love to, Jeff comes from a second generation
Yes, sir.
family-owned company, and
Yes,
I
sir.
took over from your dad, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, and you're a
It-
distributor for Doosan.
Yes, sir. We cover Oklahoma and Kansas.
That's awesome.
And yeah, if it wasn't for Dad, I wouldn't be standing here. So
Crazy, right?
thrilled to
Crazy.
be here.
And it's like, I mean, you travel around the country, and it's just salt of the earth, great
Yes.
people, working hard.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it is a grind, right?
Yes, sir.
And based on your technology, based on your efficiency and your workmanship and your drive and grit, it's either going to allow you to like put food on your tables,
Yes, sir.
pay your rent and pay your employees,
Yes, sir.
or not.
That's
So
right.
education is important.
Absolutely.
Are you
Yes,
excited
sir.
about these machines?
Very excited about these machines.
Awesome. Can you give a little, just give a brief description about the
Sure.
machine? And then we don't have the lathe there, but we'll actually put it up there on the screen.
Okay.
And they'll see it if you can speak to that also.
I will do it.
Awesome,
yes, sir.
man. Thank you.
So this is the Doosan DEM 4000. This machine comes with a 25 by 15 size table. It's got the Fanuc control. We've got 8,000 RPM, 40 taper. We have a 20 ATC side mounted tool changer. Everybody likes that. The tools are up and out of the way. It comes standard with the side chip auger on it. You've got 945 inches per minute in rapids and 472 inches per minute feeding cut rate. So in typical Doosan fashion, if you walk around this machine and you look at it, heavy duty casting, heavy machine, it's built like Doosans are known for. Rigid, heavy duty, ready to work. So if you're a trade school, if you're a shop that wants to start doing your own training to try to bridge the gap between people, students, or people that want to learn the trade, we hear that all the time. We need people, we need people. This is the great opportunity for a machine to start that process. With Titans Academy, with his free training that he provides and all that, this is a great place to start. If you're an individual wanting to start your own shop and looking for your first machine, another great reason, another great machine to look at is this machine right here. Then along with this, we also have the Leo 1600 lathe that's come out. It's a 6-inch chuck lathe with a tailstock. It's 10 horsepower, 4,000 RPM, comes with an 8-station turret. You got 1 3/4 bar capacity on that machine, and it is also 1,100 inches per minute in rapids. So again, while they're small in size, they're heavy duty, both of them, rigid machines, ready to work when they're set on your floor. So we're really excited about them.
That's awesome, man. Boom. Thank you
Appreciate
so
you,
much.
Titan, very much.
Hey,
Thank you.
Appreciate you. I mean, a lot of manufacturers out there, and like I say, I'm honored every time I see one of these guys come into my shop because, hey, we're in the trade, we're in the business, and we care. People talk about my passion. My passion comes because I love this trade. When we talk about this machine, this is not a throwaway machine. This is a rigid machine. It's built, it's an amazing machine that's built tough, right? And we can actually take, right now, if you look at our building blocks, right? We're running at 4,000 RPMs, and we're kind of stepping into it, and we're going nice and slow, and we're gonna continue doing that. But with this machine, we're gonna actually up it. We're gonna take bigger cuts. We're gonna start looking at time is money. So instead of 8 minutes or 9 minutes for run time, let's actually get it down to 3 minutes and 2 minutes. Let's start playing that game to actually decrease our cycle times and make our customers and make the owners of the company some money. One of the cool things about this, I didn't mention earlier, but of course, you get the machine, you get the Titan tool kits right here. So a mill gets the mill kit. You can make all the building blocks. You got 16 carbide cutters, high-level cutters that Kenmetal is giving you at a discount up to 70% off. It's incredible. It's for the schools so we can learn on a high level. Let's get away from the cheap tools because that's not what we're using in the real world when you want to run real parts and you want to compete as a country. We need to take education to the top level. So for the mill, You get the building blocks kit for the lathe. You actually get the rocket kit where you make all the pieces, 10 pieces. And basically when you run the rocket, all 10 pieces pretty much teaches you everything you need to know to run a 2-axis lathe efficiently. You're turning, you're boring, you got ID little grooves and stuff. I mean, it's an amazing process. Looking at all of it, I mean, look, everything's to a high standard. The machine's to a high standard, and we got a shank chuck. I mean, we have a shank vise over here. We got soft jaws, we got parallels, we got the stop, we got torque wrenches, we got Heimer, we got free coolant analysis, all that stuff. My boy Dave's gonna bring that up. We got the tools and we got the holders. We don't want teachers to think about, like, what is an ER32? What's an ER16? Like, what is a tool holder? Like, what type of, what do I need, right? So let's give you a full package. Calipers, waterproof. Why 8-inch calipers? Why not just 6? That would be much cheaper. Because the longest part on the building blocks is 8 inches. So we want you to actually be successful. So let's give you the tools. Now, if it's a mill part, we love that. If it's a lathe, let's give you a beautiful 1-inch Mitutoyo mic, right? Because round parts to square parts to depths, nice, beautiful indicator right here. Premium tools for a premium machine. The machine with Mastercam, with everything, is about $55,000. The lathe, I believe, is like $47,000. And together, if you buy both of them, and those are incredible prices for a premium machine, and together they're $98,000 for both of them. 2 seats of Mastercam, everything for the lathe, everything for the mill. Incredible. Again, education is education, but we need to solve the skills gap. Companies need to understand that education has been made simple, that we have the tools to be successful on a high level. All we have to do as shop owners is understand, let's take a part of our shop and let's dedicate it and take a mill and a lathe, pop it in there, and we're gonna train our own employees to be greater, to take their skills to another level. And from this point, you can go from 3-axis mill and 2-axis lathe to live tooling lathe to 5-axis. We teach 5-axis, we're teaching aerospace. We're gonna take it through the whole, every single level to take it all to another level. I implore everyone, manufacturing has to be our base and we gotta be serious about it. We've talked enough. Every convention, people in their suits talking about the skills gap and it never ends. You wanna solve the skills gap, these are the machines to do it. This is the education platform. It is easy, it is simple, and you can take people off the street that have a head and they're willing to put the work in, and you can teach them to be machinists, and they can make 2x, 3 times the money, and they can be pillars in your company. You just gotta go and have an action plan and execute that. With that, I'm gonna bring in my boy Dave Cox. He's gonna explain a little bit more about the deals. I love you guys, love this industry. Thanks, Jeff, thanks, Doosan. Thanks to all the partners. You guys made this possible.
All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit more about these training packages, all right? So what we just looked at, the reason I'm really excited about this is an entire plug and play turnkey package. This is not, I'm a business owner and I got to figure out how to train my guys. I got to take them from 25% up to 100%, from 75% up to 100%. What machine am I going to use? What tools am I going to use? How am I going to hold the work holding? What the heck am I going to teach these guys? How am I going to help them understand and work them through this process? You don't have to figure out any of that. This package does that. So with the mill package, you're getting the building blocks. You're getting the entire building blocks kit from Kenmetal. This is a series that takes you from the very beginning. You're gonna learn how to do the CAD, the CAM, you're gonna design it, you're gonna program it, and then you're gonna go into and start machining it. Everything is done out of 1x2 bar stock. So the materials, nice and cheap. You can go ahead and bring those in, set people up and train on these, and it has every tool you need. Every different part of the process builds on the next. So You're gonna learn how to do everything in the Titan 1M all the way up through the 10M, and those things get very advanced and very cool. So that comes in that package.
Hey Dave,
Yo.
they buy a machine, we'll send them the material also.
Oh, did you hear that? If you buy the machine, we're gonna get you the material, no problem. All right, that's pretty cool. That's not even on my sheet, so I don't even know how to react to that, except it's friggin' awesome. I'm gonna apologize also if you're getting a good shine off my head. I got this great haircut. Just turn your monitor settings down a little bit, you'll be just fine. All right, so talking about the machining center package, that's the DEM 4000 22x16 VMC, 55,200. You get the Kenmetal tools, you get the Blosser Swiss Lube coolant starter package. Now that thing has Blosser mini mix, a refractometer, a pH test kit, a voucher for liquid tool analysis, and a couple pails of the Blosser coolant to get you guys started. That's pretty incredible. We're also getting, coming over from that side, you're getting the Shunk grip vise, soft jaws, and accessories like Titan talked about, Mastercam educational suite, 1-year subscription with the post-processor. You're getting the Heimer Universal 3D Sensor Edge Finder, all the Michitoyo inspection tools that are in the training package, the caliper, the Quantum mic, all that kind of stuff. And again, 55,200, you get to do the entire building block series. We're sending you the material. To get this deal, you have to be a member of our Titans of CNC Academy. Super simple. Go to academy.titansofcnc.com, you sign up for free, and that gets you access into the Building Blocks Education Series, where you can watch these videos that literally go step by step. You're watching over the shoulder and on screen as somebody is designing the part, as they're choosing and putting in every different measurement that's in there, and the same thing with programming, the same thing with exactly how you run the machines. Let's move over to the lathe. So we're introducing Leo, the Leo 1600. So the lathe setup is gonna let you guys do the rocket kit, the Titans of CNC rocket kit that takes you through all of the different lathe elements you're gonna need to know. A lot of the tools are very similar. You get the entire kit, which is 13 tools plus the inserts. You get the Blosser Swiss Lube coolant starter package like we talked about. Heimer changes it up. You get the Centro coaxial indicator. You get the same Michitoyo inspection tools. Mastercam is included in that one as well. And on both of these machines, you get the installation and training from your local distributor. And that's pretty invaluable. They're actually gonna get you guys set up, get the machine set up. It's not just dropped off at your bay and you gotta figure out what the heck to do with it. They're installing it, they're setting up training for you, all that kind of stuff. So now, if you're a math whiz like I am and you've been paying attention, you know that the Leo 1600 is 46,200 and the mill is 55,200. And we know that does not equal 98,600. It actually equals 101,400. But if you buy both, you get that additional discount down under 100K. You can teach your guys on whatever machine you guys need to learn on, or both, which is what we obviously recommend. And we're gonna get you that material. So it's an incredible deal. Definitely take advantage of it. It's available in the US only. That's part of the deal. And yeah, I mean, if I had less than 100 grand sitting around, I'd probably pick one up myself. So that's what you got on these ones. Titan's gonna come up and let us know what's coming up in the next episode and how cool that part's gonna be. I mean, that thing's sick. I'm looking forward to seeing that done. Awesome.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.
You got it.
So yeah, another thing that I'll say is when I was a programmer running different companies, and my dream was to have a machine in my garage. My dream was just to, it seemed unattainable, But look at where we are today, right? So you never understand what life's gonna throw at you, and life is about levels. So we have to dream big, and we gotta be able to execute and go after those dreams no matter what. I wanna say these machines are also a great starter package for a young shop that's making small components under $100,000 for 2 machines with Mastercam and all the variables. It is an amazing, amazing deal. And that's why we put our name on it, and that's why we're proud. We want to take education to the next level. So our last episode at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is going to be awesome. We're going to go back to the 5-axis. We're going to show some full simultaneous like roughing, and it's going to be, it's just a beautiful thing to watch and witness. And we're going to talk about the process, and we're going to talk about the tools and how to actually get it all done. And then we're going to throw in some incredible inspection demos too, because making a part is not good enough. You got to make a part to print and efficient, and it's got to match. Every single dimension has to be perfect so you can ship that. Otherwise, you don't get paid. So we want to, because this is the last episode, we want to make sure that we understand the process and what happens after you make a part, that we got to bring in that inspection. We got to make sure that everything is dialed in perfectly, and teach you guys about that process, all right? So 3 p.m., boom, it's going to be amazing. Full simultaneous 5-axis machining. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, everybody? This is Titans of CNC. And you know what? I just had to like kind of chill for a minute, right? Because we got some cool multi-axis, like simultaneous 5-axis going on. And Stuart making it happen over there, man.
Hey.
Dude, I could like that's music. Like I could like sleep to that. You know what I mean? I think that should be like every baby's lullaby right there. Like, C-axis rocking.
Yeah.
Huh? Super good.
5th axis is great, and it's cool to watch.
It's awesome, man. And aren't you proud? Like you're on live TV, man. You're making it happen.
Yeah.
And you put the work in.
No.
Staying here till like 12 o'clock. Last night you were here late.
Yeah.
Making it happen.
Thank you for giving me the chance to come and play.
So good. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, when you're a machinist, you want to machine incredible parts. You want to work on incredible machines. You want crazy opportunities. You want to be competitive. That makes the blood flow and stuff. And we're excited. You know, one thing that I'm excited about is that this entire process, like the inspection sheets, the setup sheets, every single tool, every speed, every feed, every depth of cut is gonna be on our academy under 5-axis. And we're gonna like teach you the entire process so you can actually duplicate this part, grab that model, and do it in your own shop to take your skills to a whole nother level. Another thing I want to say is, oh, that's the Core 5 right there. And even though we were taking some small cuts in certain places, as soon as it tilts, it was like full radial, just all the way in axial, just making it happen. And it's a beautiful cutter. Kenmetal has those cutters right now for $41. 56 for the 1/2 inch, 41 for the 3/8, and it should be a standard in your shop. When we cut anything aluminum, it's all about that Core 5. If we're cutting like titanium and steel and Monel and hard materials, it's about the Harvey 3. It is our standard. One tool to cut all materials, which saves us money. And then if we're needing to slot, you know, take big cuts with like the corner of the tool or ramp down, like I'm gonna show you tomorrow, we actually use the Harvey 1TE, boom, best end mills, $41.56. Again, all of our partners, they're doing incredible discounts. Doosan, 25 to 30% off. As I mentioned, Kenmetal Mastercam, 20% off. Basically our partners came to the call and gave incredible discounts. Titans of CNC, we're not taking anything. We're not taking anything. It's all about you guys getting the best deal, and I'm excited about it. And then what about Stuart, right? Stuart,
Yeah.
how long have you worked here?
8 years?
8 years.
8 years,
Came
yeah.
in,
I
it
think so.
was just all aerospace parts.
Yeah, no, as soon
And
as
then
I
we're doing
came
the
in-
show on the side too.
Yeah.
It was crazy,
No,
right?
no one has seen that before, where we could go from one side to the other.
And then just switching the vision towards education. So you
Yeah.
went from making aerospace parts every day and just hustling on the Fridays to get parts out the door to the customers, to actually teaching the next generation and the workforce how to make incredible parts.
Yeah. Yeah, we took that experience and turned it into education and started building a platform.
Yeah, super good. I mean, I joke around with Stuart because he looks like he's like 20 years old, 24 years old maybe, right? Stuart, how much experience do you have in this trade? How many years you been in the game?
18 years.
18 years. Dude's actually 55 years old. It's crazy. He's older than me. I'm just kidding. But like, it's awesome because his dad was a machinist, a mechanic, built cars in his, like inside his house where they had to take off the walls and stuff. And
Yeah,
dude,
we made it happen.
we made it happen. And I appreciate you. I've seen you grow as a man. Dude,
Yeah.
your family,
Yeah, yeah, a lot.
everything. And now you're doing big things.
Big things.
Big things. And to all the shop owners out there, I just wanna say, like, man, what a beautiful trade, what a beautiful industry we have. And man, let's lift up our machinists. Let's look at our young guys and actually lift them up and give them the skills. And just thank you so much for just having that grit to walk through this industry to do big things and stuff. I think at this time, you got anything else you want to add? You're good?
I think I'm good. That's it.
Good.
I think you said it all.
Dude, you did an incredible job. You did an incredible
Thank you.
job.
Thank you.
So at this time, I want to bring back in Mr. Dave Cox, and he's going to talk about some more promotional items.
Oh yeah, so sorry to bring another young guy on screen in his early 20s. Me and this guy, we grew up in the same year. What year were we born? 93 or something? Who knows? This guy, man, come on. I can't mess with that. So coming up in this episode, what we want you guys to do, now we gave away some stuff already. We're gonna do it again. So a couple of you guys have already won. You guys saw that incredible swag pack that we got, right? Now I'm telling you, and I would never lie to you because I'm your buddy Dave, this next one blows that one away. So congrats to the winners of that one, but you probably should have held out. So this one is gonna be incredible, and I'm gonna go through that piece by piece a little bit later in this episode. The way you're gonna enter for that, and you can start entering right now, is to go ahead and tag a friend that should be watching this with you. You got a buddy in the manufacturing industry, you got a buddy in the machine shop, you got your owner that you want to tag in, you got the machinist you want to tag in, a programmer, somebody in inspection, since we're going to be talking with Mitch Toyo here in a second. Tag those folks in that should be watching, tag as many people as you can, and then you're going to like this feed and you're going to share it. And I'm asking you to do a couple extra things because this is a big swag bag. And then one of you guys, with the people that you tag, the person that you tag, is going to win this epic prize pack. And it is insane. Like, I literally, they put it together and I was like, we should probably break this up into a couple giveaways. And they're like, no, all in this one. So this is going to be massive. All right, so don't sleep on it. Tag those people, like, share, do all the things. And me, Dave Cox, the 20-year-old, we'll be back a little bit later, talk about some more deals and promos, and give you that opening up on the swag pack. Cool? All right, let's do it.
Awesome, brother. Oh, see, my team. It's all about the team. Yeah. So before we actually get to the next part of this episode, I want to let everybody know tomorrow we're going to some aggressive titanium machining on the NHM 6300 horizontal mill. Nice big titanium piece. We're going to machine it. Special thanks to TMS Titanium for donating that material. And we're going to do this awesome machining. We're going to talk about horizontal mills, fourth axis, why it's important, tombstones, all of it, incredible knowledge. And that starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Boom, Stuart, one more time. Great job, right? Great job, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
He's the man. So at this time, I'm going to send this over to my man, Travis. Travis, you got it, brother. Boom.
Hey everybody, Travis, Titans of CNC, and here we are live from Quality. Now, we just got done over the DVF, right? So you've been watching us make chips, write tool paths, run this 5-axis machine and stuff, but we all know it doesn't matter how efficient your tool path is, it doesn't matter how sharp your insert is, all right? It doesn't matter how expensive your machine tool is, okay? If you don't create a part to print, you haven't really created anything of value. So today we want to go ahead and we want to show you guys a couple ways that you can make sure that you give your customer what they want, which is an in-spec part. All right, so to do that, we have Mitch Toyo here with us. And I know if you go actually to our academy, all right, we have a couple tutorials on calipers, gauge blocks, micrometers, and whatnot. But we want to show you a couple pieces of equipment, maybe some you've seen, maybe some you haven't. All right, that could basically kind of help you take your inspection to the next level. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead. We're going to bring Jeremy on from Mitch Toyo. We're going to talk about the profile projector.
Travis, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, Jeremy?
Doing great. Doing great.
Good. So, profile projector, right? If you've been in a shop, you've probably seen this piece of equipment before, but maybe you haven't. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what this is for. What can we check with this? How's this going to help us?
Right. So this is a PH3515 profile projector. It's a horizontal projector. It's a heavy-duty unit, right? So it's good for the shop floor or for the inspection lab.
Okay, nice, very nice. When you say heavy-duty, I mean how much? Can I sit on this thing, or?
Well, not necessarily. It's an 18x6 table, and it holds 100 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So you can't sit on it. Your kids probably could, but yeah.
Don't tell mom.
That's right. Yeah, don't get in trouble. Yeah. But yeah, it's a 10x6 travel. It's meant for heavy parts. Of course, you can measure little parts on it. Basically, it's a shadow, right? So we've got a light here. It shoots a halogen beam through a condenser into a lens. And then that's reflected back up to the screen. And the image you get is an erect image, so it's upright as opposed to inverted because you do have a mirror in there. Right.
Okay, so we can see our profile here. There's a little bit of magnification here, right?
This is 10 mag.
Okay.
This is 10x lens.
Yeah. And we can go higher than 10 mag if we have small, medical industry parts.
This device will support a 5, a 10, a 20, a 50, and a 100.
Oh wow.
And so it's a different lens and a different condenser, and they just thread on in.
Okay, awesome. Well, I know we can definitely check some features. Do you want to show us a little bit about kind of maybe how we set this part up?
Yeah, so basically, when you're doing normal checks, calipers, micrometers, you're measuring widths, lengths, diameters, things like that. When you get into two-dimensional measurements, you want to measure a location or a coordinate distance, that's where something like this comes in, distance between. So for example, we've got this turned part, and we want to measure a couple heights from these different grooves.
Yeah.
And depending on the drawing, you want to set up a coordinate system. So basically what it's going to work is you're going to put this on the table, you're going to get everything good and squared up, good and true, and then you're going to use the DRO to measure the locations of things.
Okay.
Now, we're starting out with a simple DRO. That's what a lot of users are used to.
Yeah. And by DRO?
Digital readout.
Okay.
So right now we're showing X and Y. The Z is actually the focus.
Yeah.
So that's just the in and out, and that's about 2 inches on that. And again, it's 10x6 travel. We also have a digital protractor on the front. So if you want to measure a quick angle, you can just turn the knob and you'll turn the
45 or not, kind of thing, yeah.
So drawing says the center line of this part is the origin and the top edge. So we're going to find the center, and then we're going to find the top edge.
Awesome.
Now the way this works is I have an image on the screen and I have crosshairs up here. One for X, one for Y. Where they join is where we want the 0 to be when we measure.
Okay.
So what I need to do is align the part to this machine. Right now it's not. So this is going to be difficult to show, but I'm going to zoom in a little bit and focus on these lines. So I'm going to step in front. So basically, I can see that this edge is nice and crisp. So I'm going to go ahead and come in, pretty much make contact in a non-contact world, right? Okay. And then I'm going to scroll up until I reach the top. Now,
only these fuzzy lines a lot of time.
I got some fuzzy lines. So now it's a round part with a flat top. The round is in focus, the top is not. What I'm going to do is then focus, and as I turn this, you can see that a crisp edge is moving until I reach the front, and then the whole thing comes in focus.
Nice. So
now I'm going to basically move up till I'm touching. So now I'm at the edge and the top. I'm going to go ahead and bring that side edge back in focus. Now that would be, it'd be very fortunate if we all worked in an environment where we got to do it the easy way, but we don't get to do it the easy way, right? I got to come off the center.
Very rarely the easy way.
Yes. So I'm good up and down, side to side, I got to get in the center. I'm going to do a real simple for Y. I'm just going to hit the button, now it's 0.
Okay.
Now for X, I could hit the button, but that's the edge, not the center. To get the center, I'm going to measure a quick point. I'm going to take my first touch in non-contact again, my first touch there.
Figurative touch.
And now I'm going to scroll along. Normally you're hunkered over the light source, so we don't have this parallax there. Okay, and then when I get to the side, now I'm on that edge. So now that I'm good and comfortable with that edge, I'm going to go ahead and hit my second point, and I'm done. And now I'm at the center.
Automatically created the center point. That's nice.
And now, since I have the center point, I want to use it as my origin. I'm just going to hit the X button, and now I'm 0.
Okay.
And now, how do I check that? Well, if I go back to the DRO, Y is 0, but the X is not, because the X is now in the center of the part.
Awesome. Nice.
So when I get to about the center of the part, I can see now I'm back to 0.
So we definitely see a little bit of upgrade, right, with the kind of software package and the DRO and stuff like that.
So standard DRO, you're having to measure that divided by 2, hit 0 manually. With the software package, you just measure a point by sector, and we're good. Now that it's aligned, I can just measure. So I'm going to measure the steps going down real quick. So I'm going to get over. Now everything's square and aligned, so I'm actually going to use the axis. I'm going to move down here towards the bottom. Now if you see, the edge is in focus, but the step itself is not. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the focus until the center of that edge is nice and crisp, about like that. And now I'm just going to come down. That's the edge. Now I can see the edge measured minus 0.2487. Probably supposed to be a quarter inch.
A quarter inch, yeah.
Right.
Good now, feedback to give, right? To the machinist.
Exactly.
Too far.
So now in a DRO world, we can just write that down. With the processor, we can go ahead and take a point there, and now it's measured that point.
Nice.
And it'll remember that for further measurement down the road. If I want to do depths from the top, it'll remember that as we go. I'm going to go ahead and cycle on down, measure another point, maybe the top of this next one. That's good. Points, enter. Done. Now, as I'm measuring, it's kind of drawing a map of the part. So up here's my origin, there's the first point, there's the second point.
Nice. A good visual representation of kind of how we build this out.
Absolutely. And at any point, if I wanted to move the origin, I could by just hitting the extra Y.
Okay, nice.
So let's measure something a little more complicated. Measuring steps is great, but there's a safety wire hole on the hex of this part. And let's say our drawing wants us to measure from the center point, that hole. And we also want to get diameter off of it too.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do
is...
And
diameter we could do gauge pin, right? Not too hard. But that location can be a little tricky sometimes with basic hand tools.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So what I want is I want it from the top and I want it from the center line. So I've already got that set as my origin. All I got to do is measure a circle on there. So DRO, you'd move to the edge, take half the pin.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're just going to measure a circle, keep it nice and simple. So it wants us to measure a circle. With a circle, you have to measure at least 3 points. I'm going to do 4. I'm going to do top, bottom, left, right. But I'm going to go to a circular pattern, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and put the crosshair at the top. So I don't know what that looks like on the screen, but that
But it's at the top.
is where I want it. It's at the top, I promise. There's a reason there's a 10x lens. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm going to take my first point. And I'm mic'd, but the machine is not, but it makes a little audible, so you don't have to look at it. You can hear it take the point. Going around to the bottom now. And then I'm going to take the last point. So I take that last hit, the circle's done. It gives me the X location, that's from the center line.
Yeah.
Right? It gives me the Y location, that's from the top down, that's why it's a negative number. It gives me the diameter, 46 thou.
Nice, and that's all, again, really good input to sort of share with the machinists on the floor, give them some immediate feedback on where they're at.
Yep.
So.
And it's not a very, that would be really difficult to do on the surface plate. It's really easy to do on the projector.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of what it's about, right? Increasing throughput, making things quicker, easier on the inspector,
Absolutely.
instant feedback, or quicker anyways.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, it's pretty easy, but one of the learning curves things is edge detection, right? When you're trying to train an operator, well, you want the center of the crosshair, not the edge of the crosshair, right? So one of the things that we have on the newer machines is edge detection. So with edge detection, it's built into the machine, and what it does is it replaces the operator eye.
Okay.
So if I just want to take maybe a quick width, and quick being the operative word, we'll do just a couple points, and we'll say the width of the hex. So I'm going to get down to the hex. I'm going to take a point, but this time I'm going to use the edge detection, so I'm just going to turn it on. Now when I scroll across, it's going to pick up the change from light to dark.
Okay.
It does it automatically.
Nice.
So I don't have to tell it I took the point. When I crossed the edge, it automatically did it. I'm going to continue across. I'm committed.
Now all the operators have the same eye.
Yeah, exactly. So now as I cross the threshold from dark to light, it takes the second hit.
Nice.
And so now all I got to do is hit done, and I have the 2 points. So
Nice.
I'm good to go.
Very nice. Well, hey, thank you very much, Jeremy. I appreciate that. Yeah. So profile projector, right? So great piece of equipment, really valuable. But if you notice, we have to take all these points manually. So we're actually going to go ahead. I'm going to bring in Mike here. We're going to show you another piece of high value equipment that really kind of steps it up another notch. All right, thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hi, Travis. How are you?
Good. All right. So what do we have here, Mike?
So a little bit of an upgrade from the one beside it. Okay. Somewhat more of an automated system. So one thing it does is very good at focusing.
You already got my ear. Automated. I love it.
So semi-automated. Okay. It does a bigger field of view. It actually allows you to do it real quickly. So Travis is actually going to help me here.
Awesome.
He's going to put the part up here, and we're going to show a real easy one-click measurement that will capture a really large field of view.
Okay. All right. So I can take the part off?
You can take the part off.
All right.
He's going to put it up here for me. It doesn't have to be in the...
Wherever I want.
Let it be where you want it to be. Okay. I'm going to actually...
Hold on. No, OCD is kicking in. Okay. Close enough, I think.
We have a similar layout than we showed yesterday, like the quick launcher. Okay, so nice and easy for the operator to understand.
Okay.
We hit run, and it asks us to actually run the feature, and it says move over to the corner. So Travis,
right there, take a point on the corner. So some instructions up there to let the operator know what to do.
So move over to the corner. We hit OK to confirm that we know where we're going to go, and then we're going to actually click on this one point on the corner, and then we let the machine do its work. So it'll actually stitch around and capture a variety of images, not just a single image where the profile projector is a single image. And it will actually do automatic edge detection.
Which a lot of people don't know, right? They think they have that only, that one field of view, right? This you can really kind of take multiple fields of view and give you the whole part.
Up to 12 by 8 inches.
I see all that code running right there. Oh, so it's like a print.
It ran the part, looks like a print, gave me some real good feedback, right? So a case that we talked about earlier, these are supposed to be 360 thousandths, but the ones on the other side are actually...
Which again, I like that, right? We have a little NG up there for a no-go kind of thing that immediately you can show our machinists that, or if they're here running it or anything, say, hey, I got to kick that Yeah, I got to kick
This
my
is
offset
actually
over there.
direct feedback to the
Yeah.
operator to make some offsets,
Yeah.
okay?
Nice.
And then we talked about what happens if it's on its side.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no, for
So-
sure, exactly. All right, so we'll go ahead and
Go ahead.
do good. All right, we're gonna lay it down.
We'll lay it out so we know the part placement. It's actually not that way.
Oh,
so
okay.
let's look at the part.
Okay, all right.
It's okay. But again, it doesn't have to be perfect.
No, but that's good though, right? I mean, we have that visual
That's right.
cue to make
we
sure
want to
put
do
that
this
part
for the
placed.
operator. Same idea, run that program. We're going to actually, it will shrink the image to the field of view, okay? Then we will actually take the point just like we did before. So the messaging to the operator, to where it's going to take the actual point, it's on the corner again. Real simple. If we had fixturing, we just wouldn't even have to do this. It would know where to go, okay? So we're going to put it on the corner again. We're going to move over to the stage. This is the corner. I click. And this is a larger part, so it's going to actually take 16 images across the thing. So the field of view is about 1.5 by 1.5 inches. So we got a lot of area and place to go.
I can see we use
And
a
it's
little
going
bit
to
different
stitch
type of lighting.
the entire
right?
thing over here, right? So now we have top light, so we can look at the hex. So we don't have some things that the comparator has shadow. We have top too. So a little bit more advanced, a little bit more intuitive for the operator as well. And you can see these are 5 meg images per image area.
Yeah.
So quite a big file. Now it goes through, it automatically detects the location, the rotation, and runs automatic edge detection on about 40 features
Wow.
in about 20 seconds.
I like that.
And it really gives the operator some great feedback.
Well, and some freedom, right? I mean, we can have the operator come in here, right? Have a simple set of instructions, follow the picture. All right,
That's correct.
Put it up there, and there you get your results.
You're
coming.
right. And
Yeah.
real simple, easy. We want to keep it easy, but we want to keep it very automated. They didn't have to do a lot of extra work moving things around.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to bother your inspector or something like that. You keep them free,
Absolutely.
and stuff like that, and get immediate
Yeah.
feedback.
So a bit of an upgrade, but a bit of automation
For sure.
and the future.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
You look at the future of automatic measurement.
Again, you say automated, you catch my ear every single time. All right, well, hey, Mike, thank you so very much.
Thanks
I
so
appreciate
much.
it. Yeah,
Really appreciate it.
Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna bring Titan in here.
Great job, brother.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Great
Thanks,
job.
Titan.
Ah.
Good, man.
Travis, man.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Great stuff. So, I think that I think it's only fitting, right? At the end of the show, we actually bring in the inspection. It's the end of the process.
Exactly.
Show things that not everybody sees, and yet that is how you inspect parts, and that is how you make sure that everything is perfect. And then you document everything and make everything precise. Send it to the customer
Exactly.
with the parts as a perfect package, and that's your workmanship.
With a picture, with the dimensions on
with
there.
an image.
Yeah, with an image.
Right?
Exactly.
And it's all automated. It's amazing. And thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
You know what's exciting also is that Michitoyo is actually giving out some incredible deals on these machines and more. And to end this segment, we're going to bring in Mr. Dave Cox, and he's going to talk about those. And they'll be right back to just talk and shut the whole thing down.
Sure, man.
For the day. And then tomorrow we're back. Boom.
Awesome, guys. Thanks so much. So, hey, look at me, all face shielded up. Let me tell you about this face shield real quick, because Heimer makes these, and Heimer's doing $20 for these face shields right now. The cool part about these things is they're crystal clear. I can see everything, right? They're great for, watching out when you're in the shop. They're basically good for making sure you're not getting germs on everybody else. You can cough into them, all that kind of stuff. And when you want to communicate, oh man, so much easier, right? So it just flips up and down. You don't have to take it on and off, all that kind of stuff. Now I am gonna awkwardly take it off, leave my glasses askew for a second, fix them.
You don't need safety glasses.
Oh,
It's rated.
rated for no safety glasses? All right, well there you go, rated for no safety glasses with Heimer. The other deals Heimer has going on is 10% off any Heimer machine, their shrink fit, the tool balancing, presetting, all that kind of stuff, and then 20% off their 3D sensors. Now, since we're standing here in front of the precision equipment, all the Michitoyo stuff, let me remind you that yesterday we talked about the Michitoyo MyStar 555 shop floor CMM, and those are up to $12,000 off. Now, you guys can tell me in the comments how many tacos that is. I told you yesterday, let's see if you remember. And then today, what we're doing is these quick image, right? The quick image with the motorized stage that we were just talking about, that's up to $9,000 off. So, 9,000, 12,000. You tell me how many tacos that is in the comments, and I'll tell you if you're right. Up to 35% off of precision tools and instruments. That's your hand tools, data management solutions, height gauges, microscopes, all that kind of stuff. So Mitutoyo is stepping up big for the industry. They're here for you. They are the unequivocal leader in precision measurement tools. I mean, everything for inspection. So go ahead and check them out. You're going to get that deal at titansofcnc.com/promo. Next up, we want to talk about Fanuc. Remind you that the other day we looked at the Fanuc Robo Drill, and they have 20% off of all of their select Fanuc Robo Drill Machining Center packages, and that's going to free your people up to do different processes while the machine is tending to itself and doing all those kind of things. You've heard us talk once or twice about Doosan, but I don't know if you remember. So Doosan Machine Tools is doing 25 to 30% off 65 plus of their models for the vertical mills, horizontal mills, and lathes. Those are in stock and ready to ship. You're going to find that deal at titansfordoosan.com. In addition to that, today we introduced you guys to the training packages. There's a mill training package and a lathe training package. The mill training package was $55,200. Comes with a bunch of stuff you guys need. So it's got the Heimer Mitutoyo training package. It's got Shunk, Mastercam, Blosser Swiss Lube. I mean, this thing is jam-packed with everything you need to be a turnkey solution for a mill. And then on the lathe side, $46,200 gets you the Leo 1600, little hi, I'm Leo, remember that? So you're gonna get that package. You're gonna find all that information at titansfordoosan.com. After that, we'll talk about Shunk. Shunk's still doing their 20% off, the Vero S Contec packages and the THW Plus Chuck packages. Mastercam, 20% off all their core products. That's the mill, lathe, router, design, everything they have in Mastercam, 20% off. You get all these promos at titansofcnc.com/promo. If you haven't gone there yet, check it out. The reason I keep repeating it is all you gotta do is go to that site, scroll down to the person you're interested in, scroll down to Mastercam, scroll down to Blosser, and click the link to go to their promo page and get all the details, fill out the form, all that kind of stuff. We haven't mentioned JobBoss yet, but JobBoss is an incredible ERP software. So if you're looking for shop management solutions, you're looking for your travelers in your job shop, all that kind of stuff, JobBoss is doing 10% off. You just use the code TITAN10 at checkout, and they're gonna get you 10% off that software. And it's what we use in our shop to help make sure everything runs smoothly and efficiently. So check out JobBoss. That's jobboss.com/Titan-10, all right? Let's also remind you guys about the Kenmetal End Mill promo. That's $41 and $56 respectively. That's on the Core 5, Harvey 1 TE, and Harvey 3 End Mills. That's going on right now. That's an America's promo, but it's a good time to stock up. And again, Workshop for Warriors has benefited with that. $1 per end mill goes to Workshop for Warriors, and those guys are helping our veterans out, and we need to help them out too. This is the tool that we use in the shop. It murders metal. Any kind of metal. We got aluminum, a titanium, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you guys are checking that one out. Fun to run tools without coolant, but if you run them with coolant, if it's the right material and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna do a heck of a lot better. Blosser Swiss Lube is the coolant partner for you guys, right? So they're doing the free liquid tool analysis. They're gonna come in, they're gonna look at your entire setup, your process, what you're trying to accomplish, and they're gonna help you guys with their liquid tool analysis to figure out exactly which coolant is right for your machine and your application. They're also doing 20% off all their coolants, cutting oils, all that kind of stuff, and 20% off of their cleaners and accessories. All right, that's about it for partners at this time. Now, I promised you guys some info about the giveaway. So, can I have a camera come over here and join me? Because this giveaway is gonna be incredible. If not, that's cool too, I'll just pull stuff over. All right, I told you guys this was a crazy giveaway. So, what we have is swag from Doosan. You got the shirt, you got the mask. Ooh, look at that. It's got the Puma on there. Man, you'd be the envy at the grocery store when you wear that one in there. You got the TMS titanium stunner shades. You can actually see out of these, even though they look like you can't. You got the hat. You got a stickers, Academy hat, CNC expert shirt, all kinds of hats, a Blosser barrel, safety glasses, Kenmetal swag, Mastercam swag, the Mitutoyo power bank, some very limited edition Titans of CNC safety glasses that I'm rocking and everybody in the studio is rocking. So, Remember, all you got to do to enter that is tag a friend below who needs to be watching this feed, because this is the epic swag pack that we're giving away. And what we're going to do is when we come back tomorrow morning on the next episode, during the next episode, we're going to announce a winner. So this is for everybody watching live right now and everybody who catches the replay on Facebook Live or Facebook overnight. Okay, so you're going to check it out, you're going to tag people, you're going to like it, you're going to share it, and then we're going to choose a couple of you guys to win this swag bag. That's what I got. All right, Titan.
So
Thanks,
awesome, brother. Oh, the swag bag is awesome, man. You know what? I mean, as a shop owner, as a brother, and just as like part of the family, I gotta tell you, like, I am just so excited. I'm happy. I'm just proud of my team. I mean, the team, I just want to thank everybody. Like, I love you guys, and you guys have stepped up. We're doing what was like impossible. We're stepping in that gap and just making it happen. And each one of you guys, I mean, you guys are making this happen. So to my team, thank you. To all the partners who stepped up, all the people that came, thank you so much for your support. This has been incredible. I told everybody it was a marathon, and I could see Dave running down that stretch right there. This is episode number 8 out of 20 episodes in a week, and we are almost halfway through, and it is incredible. We set out to do something that seemed impossible, but we looked at the conventions and they were closed. People were locked down. People weren't getting the deals. So we went to our customers, our partners, and said, hey, let's do something huge. Let's do something different and unique. Let's make it boombastic. And everybody answered the call. And as you could see, Dave just talked to you guys about deals, deals, deals. With the deals though, we, Titans of CNC, we're not taking a cut from anything. It's all about you guys. It's a sincere effort to help you guys lift up your companies. And if you can save 25% off a machine that you are already going to purchase, I mean, that is huge. If you can buy the Michitoyo equipment and help your company go to another level to get those contracts, that is huge. And with that, we also want to bring real skills. And tomorrow, we're going to have that NHM 6300 beast horizontal with the box ways, and we got a nice big old chunk of titanium, and we're going to get after it in that titanium at some incredible speeds and feeds, and we're going to discuss the process. We're going to discuss the art of milling and horizontal milling, and just talk about the application and just start down a road. Just tomorrow, new episodes, new content, new technologies. Join us starting at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Boom, I am out. I love you guys. Boom.